What are 3 things that very successful people run every day that helps them be successful?
They get their ass out of bed.
Your life will change forever the moment that you decide to get up early and really attack your day. We all have 24 hours in our day. We have 365 days a year, plus leap year when it comes around. And most people just aren't making the most of it. Most people don't have rules in place. Most people don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Most people don't drag their ass out of bed and get to work. But if what you love to do is the thing that you do when you get up, it really is pretty extraordinary.
There are a few things that I will never feel like doing. I will never feel like unloading the dishwasher. I will never feel like folding clean clothes. I will never feel like cleaning that damn cat box or picking up the dog poop in the yard.
Yeah.
And I don't ever feel like getting out of bed. And I still have to do it. If you can get up, you can start moving. And if you start moving, you can keep moving. And as you move, the chemistry changes and your mood shifts. And within 5 minutes, you feel different, even if it's just like a little incremental bit of difference.
So imagine going from snoozing for an hour when I had a job, or laying in bed 4 to 5 hours if I didn't have a job, to getting all the sleep that I needed, getting up within 10 minutes, and having my day structured such that if I was awake Monday through Friday, I was either working or working out. Imagine the amount of momentum that you can create in your life when you act like that. If you're trying to accomplish something big in your life, I'm telling you, you just have to maximize all of the things that are at your disposal. And one of those things is just the number of hours in your day. Now remember, I love what I do. So for me to go hard after the things that I'm trying to do, create, and build, it's the ride of a lifetime. I don't want you to do something that's miserable. I don't want you grinding it out to try to make a bunch of money. I want you to pursue your passions with everything that you have, to leave it all out on the field like your life depends on it. Because how you feel about your life actually does depend on it. How much you can do in a day when you begin maximizing it. But it really does begin with going to bed on time, not setting an alarm. This is not me telling people to get 6 hours of sleep or 5 hours. This is me telling you to get as much sleep as you can get so that you can be cognitively optimized, so that you've got the biological energy that you need, and so that you really can pursue the only thing that matters, which is skill acquisition. Once you have the right skills, you can apply that to accomplishing the things you want. But look, we live in a hyper-competitive world. I always tell people there's 3 things that you've got at your disposal. You can work hard, you can work smart, and you can work long hours. Now, people always say, if I'm working hard and smart, why do I have to work long hours? Why, Tom, do I need to get up early? Because eventually you will encounter somebody like me, and I'm doing all 3.
Most people win the battle for success, for dreams, for mental health, for happiness, for confidence in the first 30 seconds of being awake, because they reach for the phone and they immediately direct their attention at other people's lives.
Yeah.
And so that's why crazy. I say, I know nobody will, when I tell people, don't look at your phone, leave your phone out of the hand, and everyone's like, and then they go and do it. But if you just get out of bed immediately, you got a fighting chance to be awake enough to not do that.
Yeah.
And so I think most people, if they're struggling with being successful or happy or whatever, I guarantee you, you give your attention to social media or your phone before you've done the second thing. And so now we're on to the second thing, which is set a freaking intention for the day.
So you end up starting your day absolutely terribly. You feel like you're on the back foot from the moment you get up, because by the time you finally get yourself out of bed, depending on if you're talking about a period when I had a job or when I didn't, which even I can't believe that that's actually true in my life, but there was extended periods of time where I didn't have a job, and then times where I did. So when I didn't, I would just lay in bed, and when I did, I was on the back foot. And that was when I really could not get momentum going in my life, and I couldn't understand why. Now, from a biological standpoint, I really did not feel good. I was low energy all the time. When you're low energy, you lack motivation. When you lack motivation, then you don't make the changes that you need to make, partly because you're not going out and learning the things you need to learn in order to create a framework in your mind that's going to tell you things like what I'm telling you now.
Set a freaking intention for the day. Set a mark for what's one thing that matters to you. What is the one thing that you're going to make progress on today? And that one thing could be how you're going to show up with your family. It could be, today I'm getting to that gym, or it could be some project at work that you're going to move the needle on, or it could be some habit that you've learned on impact theory, that today is the day I'm going to do that thing that I learned from Tom, and you're going to do it. And it's so important for you to direct your mind that this matters to me, because your mind is paying attention. And if you set a little habit in place, and successful people do this, you have something that matters to you. Because the other thing about successful people is we're all fucking busy, and we have a million things going on. And the second that we look at our phone, or we walk through the front door of our business, or we step into the kitchen, other people will now need you. And you will most likely spend the rest of your day, unless you have a huge staff and you've got amazing boundaries and you've got a lot of white space in your calendar, and that is not me, you will spend the rest of your day, Tom, reacting to everybody else's stuff.
Yep.
And so if you can get into the habit of going, today, the most important thing for me to make progress on is X, you have directed to your mind that this thing matters.
Now, what ends up happening if you're going to bed early, you're going to sleep somewhere between probably 7 to 9 hours, depending on your age, or if you're really going hard after something that's really exciting for you, or quite frankly, really stressful, might be closer to 6.5, which is about where I live, 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep measured as an average over the course of a year. And so, like last night, I went to bed at 9, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. Now, if you have my rule set, you get up at 3:30 a.m. By 3:31, you're either working or working out. Now, you can imagine that you get a lot done. As I'm recording this now, I think it's like 3:34 p.m. in the afternoon. I've already worked a 12-hour day by the time that I'm recording this, and I'm filling all of my intermittent moments where I'm transitioning from one thing to another, reading, researching, so I am constantly maximizing my time. Now, by the time most people woke up, I'd already been working. If they wake up at 6 o'clock, I'd already been working for 2.5 hours. If they wake up at 7 o'clock, I've already been working for 3.5 hours. So I'm able to get a half day's work in, because at my pace, it's really getting a lot done before most people get to their first meeting.
So for anybody with a side hustle, do not be working on that thing just at night when you get home. Your dreams, your business, it deserves the first 10 minutes of the morning. And if you literally just lay like one brick on that path between where you are and where you want to go, that one 10-minute of effort every single day on the thing that matters most to you, that changes everything over time. Because I think most people are struggling with the fact that you have all these things that you want to do, but your life is organized in the exact opposite of what is important to you. That you've let everybody else dictate how you spend your time. You've let everybody else kind of take over your day, and you haven't done the basics of waking up, get moving, think about what matters to you, and if you can, just inch it forward. You know, there's even research about this. I know you've talked about this too, the progress principle, which they've studied extensively at Harvard Business School, that when they look at very successful people, and they asked them, okay, you know, what makes for a fulfilling week? And they were specific to work, but I think this applies more generally. What made for a fulfilling week for most people that are successful is I made progress on something that matters to me. I felt a sense of control and progress over the things that I care about. And so if you really are someone, and this used to be me for sure, where you feel like you're last on the list, you never have time to get to what's important, that everybody else's needs come first, that years keep going by and you're not seeing yourself make the changes that you want to make, or not make the money you want to make, or not launch that business or start that thing, take a look at the first 3 or 4 things you do in the morning and see where you put your attention, because I guarantee you, it is not aligned with what you actually care about.
You've got all this potential. You can turn it into skill set, but the thing that's required is time and energy. So you need to get sleep to have the energy, and you need to get out of bed to get the time. Now there's something about getting up when it's dark, when the world just feels slow, people aren't texting you, they're not emailing you, it's just you and the things that you're trying to accomplish. When you take advantage of that time, and by the way, you're gonna be sharp, you're gonna be fresh, maybe not in the first 30 minutes when you wake up, but man, once you get that engine turning, which is why I recommend that you work out first thing in the morning, once you get that engine going and you're up to speed, those are gonna be the most high performative hours of the day. And so you wanna make sure that you're taking advantage of that time so that you can really get things moving. So get up, get going, take advantage of that, set goals, know what skills you have to acquire, use that additional time that you get from getting up and getting right to it to stack those skills and accomplish the things that you want. And once you understand that stacking skills is how you do something great, but stacking skills takes time, then you'll start putting the right rules in place in your life to make sure that you do the things that you need to do to be energized, get out of bed, and get after it. So stop making excuses, structure your life in a way that is set up to give you the space that you need to get this all done. Don't make excuses, just get after it.